K-drama fans, we are the K3, and this is our weekly watch list where we basically come to you and talk to you about all the K-dramas that we are watching in a given week and want to hear your feedback. So let's jump right in because, oh boy, it was a beefy one. Oh my God, Marisa, we had so many premieres this week. Like, I think there were like 1, 2, like 4 or 5, maybe 6.
I know. I didn't quite get to them all. So many.
There were so many. But I think between the two of us, we covered most of them. So let's jump in. Monday, Tuesday. First up, Dinner Mate. Holy crap. Heading into the finale. Todd, you're such a dick. How could they bring us a truck of doom with onto Hey Kyung? Like, what just happened?
I know. I only wrote like 2 notes this week. One was like, poor everyone. Everyone was going through so much shit. Yeah. And then really Truck of Doom, that was like, ugh. It was so expected and so unexpected for me that I was just like, I was so proud of the show that Hae-kyung and Do-hee actually talked it out and were adults and worked through it. And it was so beautiful. And then as they were walking towards, I'm like, oh no. I didn't know. I was expecting like Jae-hook to either shank him or I knew something bad was going down. And I was just like, come on, show. No, show. It was so ridiculous and so amazing. And people are complaining, but I freaking loved it. It was so enjoyable because you just saw it coming like from as soon as they turned the corner and saw him, I'm like, oh man, we're going here. We're going to go here for the final 2 episodes. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, and take out both of them.
Why not? Right. Why not?
Why not?
Go. Yeah. It's good. It's all good. Oh my God. But I have to say, I thought Sung Sang-han did an amazing job this week. Like, I prefer him in like comedies and whatnot, but I thought that his heartbreak was so real and it was very visceral for me. Like when he was trying to eat the spring rolls and he couldn't, like, he was eating and getting all teared up. I was like, oh, Pumpkin.
Oh, I know. Like, but just everything with his mom and the note. It was really good. And you just felt for him. And then following that up, like there was just lots of things happening with him emotionally. And it was just really super appealing.
It really was. Like, we say it every week, you guys. Like, I mean, come on. This character, Kim Hae-kyung, is it. Like, really, I mean, if I were just, at least for me personally, if I were to write out my perfect man, it would be this character. So thank you, writer. I appreciate it. And you made him very pretty on top of it. So love it. But yeah, I mean, he was everything this week, except I really do feel bad for him. He has been cock blocked at every turn. And then
that's the only thing. Like, there's like Joey, like, I think you brought it up last week that she's like so virginal. And I'm like, come on.
Right.
If he was
like right here, come on. That's when you don't take mom's call. Like, mom can wait. Like, I don't know if it's because of COVID that they don't want to have those scenes right now. So, but he's practically breathing. They're breathing on each other anyway. So you're going to get it regardless. But yeah. I think collectively, even out in the Twitterverse, we were like, what? Like, what? No, why?
Like, as if. I mean.
As if. Like, that's some restraint that I challenge almost any human to have in that situation. I'm not saying you don't have restraint, but I mean, both of them. Like, come on now. Come on. So, I mean, I think unfortunately we have missed the boat on that experience with this show heading into the finale. But so now the big question is, do we what's the word I'm looking for? Subvert the trope and have him is he going to be in a coma for a year and not remember? Do we do amnesia? Like, what do we think's happening next? Or do we subvert that trope and he just, it's a week and he's, going to be okay and he rehabilitates with the love of Do-hee.
I know, because
by his side.
It's our menu of trope like part 2, right? Like post Truck of Doom.
Post Truck of Doom. So, I mean, he clearly can't be dead, right? You don't kill off your lead with heading into the finale these days, right? Like,
not these days.
I feel like if you're going to kill him, it would be episode 16, not episode 14, right?
But the tease definitely made it seem like he was dead, but we know he's not dead. So yeah, what are our options? The coma.
So we got a coma. Amnesia. He can rehabilitate overseas in the States by himself while he knits forever. That was one that made me absolutely crazy. What was that? That was Oh My Venus.
Oh My
I was like, what? She didn't even text her. I can't. Anyway. So I mean, there's many pitfalls that we can fall into with 2 weeks left to go, or two episodes left to go. But I still am enjoying the crap out of this show.
Oh my gosh, yes, and I'm really loving so much. Maybe they'll get it on Ye Ji-won and Keanu. What is his actual? Yeah. Because those two are grown-ups.
Yes.
You know, clearly she wanted to sleep with him when she thought he was homeless.
Exactly. Now that he's not, she's like, you're not as appealing. I'm like, I'm very confused, but all right. We all have,
like, we all really have our thing. You just got up and left?
Yeah. What just happened? Yeah. So it's very interesting. Though I do have to say this, as much as I hate the character Jung Jae-hyuk, I think Lee Jae-hoon is crushing it as an actor in that role.
Amazing.
Right?
Amazing. Yeah.
Like, he's playing the highs and lows of whatever is going on with him so well. And I have to applaud. I hate the character, but the actor is killing it for sure.
That's right. Yeah. His pleading to Keanu as his doctor was just...
Oh, it's heartbreaking.
Yeah. So
yeah. Awesome. So fingers crossed that Truck of Doom is our only real trope of trope that we get as we head into the finale on this one. But I don't know. I thoroughly enjoyed the last 2 months with these people. So yeah. So it's exciting. All right. Next up, Good Detective, another brand new one this week. It is available if you're looking for it on OnDemandKorea. It's a little wonky what you can watch for free and what you have to pay for, and then it's a little wonky, but they do have English subs, so just a heads up, because it's pretty damn good. I enjoyed it.
Yes, I enjoyed it a lot. Yeah, I didn't quite finish the full episode. OnDemandKorea wasn't playing well on my Roku. It was a mess. I got frustrated, and then I went to my laptop.
Right.
But but I prefer it because that's a legal licensed site.
Yes, so, absolutely.
Yeah. It's good.
I was really intrigued. I really confused is the wrong thing, but I was not sure what was going on after episode 1, but I was very intrigued by what was going on.
What?
Yeah. Like, I really wasn't, like, I was having a hard time tracking with what was exactly happening. I felt like at the end of episode 2, you had a better handle on what was going on. But yeah, I think the character, I have to say, this is one of the situations where the story, I think, is a little... Right now, they're just have these. It's really wide, like what the story they're trying to tell, and now they're trying to it's being pulled into focus as we get closer to what the actual crime is, which is kind of fascinating. But the characters are really cool. Like, I'm really digging John Sung-jo. Like, I had to look it up because I only watched a few episodes, but he was the brother/cousin in Chocolate.
Yes, he was. And he was really good in that because he started as a very typical tropey character, but he's so good that by the time you got to the end, he really emotionally, like, he's very subtle. Like, and that's what's kind of brought to this character because he's hiding a lot.
Yeah, right? Like, I'm fascinated by what's going on with him. The fact that he's basically loaded for sure, right?
Right.
And then he's a cop for a reason, or a detective for a reason. But what is that? It's fascinating to me. And is it just me, or does he remind anyone else of Ji Chang-wook?
Oh, yeah.
He kind of gives me a Ji Chang-wook vibe when I watch him.
Yeah, I get that. But I mean, he's a
healer Ji Chang-wook. I mean, let's be specific.
Yes. Thank you. All on board for that.
Yeah, exactly.
Not so much lately.
No.
But yes, so he Jang Sung-jo, he's kind of got his own morality cooking there.
Yeah.
And I'm loving his partner, Son Hyun-ju, so much, who we last saw in Itaewon Class.
Right.
And he was in Justice. And in Justice, he was like, cool cucumber, would like slice and dice you without like barely lifting his like, pinky finger.
Weirdly
but this,
with a heart of gold. Like it's like that weird, like he was like, but you're my boy. I love you. Like he was like that weird mafia head that you're just like, you love me and hate. It's like terrifying. So yeah, it's interesting to see him here, right?
It is, because this character is a little more off the wall, but I'm loving all of the idiot detectives in this precinct. Like they could not be any dumber.
They could not be any dumber.
And I'm just, I think this is really super fascinating. So I'm hoping that it's kind of maybe less about the crime and whodunit and more about these three, but that, or I'm sorry, these two, but then also Elijah. But like I said, I didn't finish episode 1, so they haven't all come together yet.
They haven't all, they do in season 2, as if. In episode 2, Elijah and Sun Hyun-jo, there's a connection there for sure, with Kang Do-kyung. So that happens. But my only complaint is that we just definitely need more of Ji Sung-hyun. Like, I'm afraid he might be a bad guy, but I still need more of him for sure.
Yeah, we love him.
I love him so much. So it's a great cast. I will say that. Like that is one of my. It's a really strong cast, and the script is quirky is the wrong word, but it's got so many like dangling threads right now that are really fascinating to me. So I'm pretty much in for sure. All right, next up, another new one this week that has like 15 titles, and they pretty much are. That guy is that guy. He is she. That man. To all the guys that have loved me before, and then men are men. Like, guys, we just need to pick one and go with it. So currently, we're going with To All the Guys That Loved Me because that is what it comes up with on my drama list. So that's what we're using. But I actually, of our 2 rom-coms, I have to say I preferred this one more. It kind of surprised me. I thought that because of Hwang Jung-eun, she's not my favorite actress. I really enjoyed her in Mystic Pop-Up Bar, but when she's in the real world, her acting style is a little hysterical for me. But I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it too. There were a couple moments where I'm like, oh, this is silly, the whole tent scene. But then it paid off with the 2 of them living together at the end of the episode. So I was like, I think I'm enjoying where this is going. And I love the historical. Well, actually, wait, let's talk about that a little more.
Let's back up.
I think this show might be a little surprising. So I know. I don't know where this is going.
What I loved about the show so much was that the reincarnation isn't something that we are going to take 14 episodes to discover. I love the fact that she pretty much knows from the time she's 11 that she's had this bum of a husband in 3 lifetimes and now doesn't want to get married anymore. Like, I just loved that so freaking much. And the fact that he also seems to already know about the reincarnation, which is why he's just been looking for her his whole life. And that's why he's not interested in women. And that's why people misunderstood that he likes men instead. Like, I love that we already know all the characters, but our main characters already know that this experience happened. It doesn't have to be this big revelation in episode 14. So I'm really intrigued by that.
Right. But I love that they're kind of playing with these ideas of relationships. Everything from her getting married to no one, saying this is standing up for herself and what she wants for her own life.
Right.
I thought that was amazing. Yeah. But then I also loved it how her parents were trying to set her up. And then when they Googled the CEO,
her parents are amazing. I love them so much. Like from the time when she's in the hospital and they simultaneously both go yelling for the doctor when she's like wants to starts down in all the soju, and then when they Googled the CEO and they simultaneously were like, oh! I love them so freaking much. There's just a lot of fun characters happening in this one. So I was surprised how much I enjoyed it. I will say I was a little hazy though on our second male lead, So Ji Hoon's character. At first I was like, wait, he's her brother no, wait, because he kept calling mom Oma. So I was like, oh, it is her younger brother. But then no, but then yes, but then I was super confused until probably the end of episode 2.
Right. And then they're also supposed to be somewhere in the vicinity of the same age. He clearly looks like he's 22 or something. Yeah, 24. I don't know.
I think that's the only maybe misstep so far in this one is that he, in my personal opinion, he's just too young for her.
Yeah, he was born in 1997.
Right. Yeah, and I think she's like 35. And I'm
her character is 34. So
I'm all in for a good Noooooo romance. I just feel like this one's it's a bit much. It's just a little. It's like he just strikes me as her younger brother. So it didn't help that it was the titles kind of confused me a little bit.
Yeah. But I am loving Yoon Hyun-min's character, our CEO, Hwang Ji-woo. I don't know what's wrong with him physically. Right. Why he's got claustrophobia that causes him to faint or something.
Yeah.
I'm not loving, well, I guess it's very typical, right? His secretary, played by Jo Yuri, who's being pushed around by her mother, wants her to marry. But I'm interested to see how that's going to end up playing out because she likes our second lead.
And I'm totally on board with that. The secretary and our writer, Park Seok-gyum, they were adorable. Like the second I looked at them, I'm like, oh yes, all in on that. So I want that one to happen. Yeah. So
his name is Park Do-gyum, which sounds a lot like Gum.
Yeah. So it's just, I do like them. And there's a lot of, and then we've got her mom who's got some nefarious things going on, but I'm curious if hers are also reincarnated related.
Oh,
I know.
Could be.
Right?
Yeah.
Because she made that comment about donating to the school and he was like, well, your daughter just graduated a few years ago. And she was like, oh yeah, well, we have a long history. I'm like,
oh, you're right. Clue.
So I was really surprised how much I thoroughly enjoyed all of it. I'm hoping that they handle the gay misunderstanding. I hope they handle that in a mature and accepting sort of way and not with the standard tropes that end up happening because that could be a little dicey. But so far I don't think it's been too
I know, because that was super cute with them in this similar striped shirts.
Right.
Yeah.
So I mean, I feel like it could be played for a little bit more of an understanding of that entire situation. And so I'm hoping that that's where we go. But yeah, that's the only, I was like, be careful, KDramas. We're running into a few problems and on some other shows. Let's tread gently here.
Well, I hope it stays strong because we have so many crime dramas this week that have just debuted that this is really kind of a nice balance to all of that.
Absolutely. Yeah. Right. Okay. So that's a good one. We like it. And our final entry in Monday, Tuesday, was Unfamiliar Family. And we had 2 beefy episodes in the emotions department. Like, I mean, as much as I hate to say it, like, Dad's dead by the end of the series, right? Right?
I know. How many times can he collapse?
Right?
I mean,
he's finally going to find that he loves his life and then he's going to die and we're all going to appreciate life. Something like that. Or at least I don't want that to be the ending, but I feel like they're foreshadowing it so heavily that I'm just like, oh, come on, show.
I know. So a lot of people collapsing in the street.
This was a very dramatic week for a lot of our dramas.
Yes. Yeah. So where that's going to go, I don't know. I thought it was such a quick flip that they're dating, Right. I was like, oh, come on. You haven't really addressed all of the damage that's been done over a lifetime, but okay.
Right.
All right, I'll go along for the ride.
It was all a misunderstanding. Wipe it away. I mean, if you can do that, that's great. That's good. I don't know. I mean, maybe it just took that. I mean, it was very sweet and I thought it was adorable, but yeah. And then he collapsed and I was like, this is going to end in tragedy. I can already feel it. I mean, I hope it doesn't, but
I know.
Maybe because he collapsed in episode 12, it won't end in tragedy. Maybe we'll just have some like brain surgery that he has to recover from.
That's true.
Because he's already had amnesia. So.
Well, he'll end up in the hospital where our oldest or Big Nuna's husband is at. I'm sure something.
Right,
I don't know. It's
right. Oh, it's all
yeah.
Oh yeah. It was a lot. There's a lot going on this week. But can we just talk for a hot second how freaking attractive Kim Ji-suk was? That lean against the wall.
Into the wall. Oh Jesus.
Oh my. That was Kim Jae-wook levels of like, whoa. It was lovely. I mean, it was a dream and a fantasy, but a damn good one, little Nuna. A damn good one. I think you should act on that one. But
kidding.
His character intrigues me. Like, I really am excited because it does look like we're going to get more of his backstory finally in this upcoming week.
Yeah, I love that he got fed up.
Right?
Right?
Yeah.
He's a man. He's a grown man. He's allowed to, say enough.
Yeah. So yeah, I feel like Big Nuna is still not learning anything from all of her trials and tribulations. I feel like she's the same character we had from episode 1. I'm not really sure what her arc is exactly. So
yeah, she plays it very. I mean, I like it when she's on screen with little Nuna.
Yes.
Then I find it super interesting. But she's so freaking cold and angry to her husband that it's a little flat.
I mean, we kind of saw it towards the end there that she finally, when she was having that conversation with his mom, like I understand what's happening. How is it that I am more understanding than you are? You're his mother. And I thought that was a beautiful moment.
Was a good one. That was a good one.
I'm hoping that that's going to kind of start her maybe warming up to other people in her life.
Yeah, maybe. I know. Well, our barista came back momentarily.
Oh, yeah. And I love that moment I kind of feel like the barista is making bad choices, but that's not our story. That's not our story.
That's a plot device.
That's a plot device, but I still feel like he's making bad choices.
He is. Don't go to New Zealand.
No. Don't go back to a man who treated you like that. That's just bad.
That's wrong. I know. You deserve better.
You deserve
Stand
better
up for yourself.
Exactly. But it did get us to the point where Big Nuna was like, drop the bomb and watched her poor husband crumble. And that was a heartbreaking scene.
Oh, yeah. That was. This show, it's all the feels, right?
It really is. It's all of them, Marisa. It really is. It's a lot of feeling. It's all of them. Pick one. It has it. All across the board. Yeah. I'm really enjoying it. I'm glad I stuck with it, but I'm very nervous about Dad at the end of this one.
I know that was 12. So that means 2 more weeks. So And so, like we've mentioned this before, so much happens in the show, but it's kind of amazing because it's a huge cast and they're really all like a part of it. It's not like a main couple and lots of other sub characters.
Yeah, exactly. It really is a full ensemble. And I think we're finally going to learn what the Magne's secret is. I know. I'm intrigued. Yeah.
I like watching him so much.
Right?
So his energy's great.
Me too. It's a really great cast. Like this is one of the stronger casts I've seen in as a whole. Oh, yeah. Like there's no real weak links that you're just like, oh, all right.
No, because also our older Nuna, we haven't really seen her before. Chu Jae-hyun, I guess she mostly does Chinese dramas.
Oh, really?
Chinese films. So that's why we're not really familiar with her, but I'm really intrigued by her.
She's an amazing, she's a strong actor. I really enjoy her for sure. All right, we're heading into the penultimate week, so we'll see who lives, who dies. I mean, maybe a truck of doom, maybe some more, which trope are we going with?
Look, there are actual trucks in this show.
Yeah, that's true. We actually have trucks, so we could be riding in a T.O.D. Oh my God. Right? Oh, God. Okay. All right, guys. That was Monday, Tuesday. Wednesday, Thursday. Heck yeah. First up, another new one this week. Oh, God, we had so many premieres. She Knows Everything. I, unfortunately, did not get to this one. You did, though, Marisa?
Yes, I did. It kind of felt like a BBC crime drama. Really different feel. And I really liked it.
Okay. I did want to catch it. I just literally ran out of time. I was
Oh,
it was so many.
Crazy. Crazy this week. Too many.
Decisions had to be made. And that one, I was like, that's only 4 episodes. I can get caught up on that one like fairly quickly.
I know, because by the time subs are available, they're all slammed into like, later in the week. And you're like, I don't know where to dive in first.
Exactly. But you liked it. It was a good setup and everything.
All right. So this is 4 episodes. And thank God, because I'm not sure I could take a full 16. Really? Our lead female, Kang Sung-yeon, she is ruthless.
Oh,
there's no morality with her. She is fighting for what she wants. So this is a very typical scenario that has to do with real estate and investments as kind of the thing that's kind of maybe at the center of all of this. But there's death, there is divorces, there is, she's like fighting against our cop, Jo Han-sun, who was like the asshole pitcher in Stove League.
Right.
But you think it's one thing, and then you slowly realize that they all know each other, that they live in this, they're actually in Gangnam, and they all know each other for different reasons. And it's really intriguing. And it's got a very different vibe. Like I said, it's more like, it feels like a BBC crime drama. It feels less like a K-drama in that way, but definitely I highly recommend it.
Okay. I will have it finished. Well, the 3 and 4, the final 2 episodes are this week, so I should have it all finished by then. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Oh, we can talk. Yeah. Love it. Okay. Next up, yet another new one. Was It Love? Was It Love? Did not work for me. And I really wanted it to. What about you, Marisa?
I was okay with it.
Yeah. Okay.
Is it the same plot as Mamma Mia?
Is it?
Like there are all these guys in her life, and it's like, who is her daughter's father?
Right.
He's not really dead. Which one of these guys?
Right.
No, I mean, I don't know. It was very K-drama.
Yes.
I can see how you could enjoy it, but I found Song Ji-hyo, there were some moments where I'm like, why is she so hysterical? And I know it's a problem we have a lot, but I don't know.
My note pretty much was, because it was so focused on her in that first episode that I don't believe she can carry a show as an actress. Like, she, for me, cannot carry. I cannot watch a show that she's the main focus. Now, if you would have brought in Sun Ho-jun a little faster, I might have been able to maintain it. But when it's just her working through her shit, I just was losing the thread fast.
Well, maybe that's why they made her mom. They cast Kim Young in there.
And she's so good. Like, there's so many elements to it that I really like, that when your female lead is the weakest link for me, I was having a hard time with it.
I have to say, there are a lot of characters, but there was an awful lot with her and her co-assistant producer in that film office. And really, it should have been more with the guys. I'm still confused. I'm guessing, is there like our gangster? Does he have an identical twin?
Right.
Is that?
I'm a little hazy on that one. Like,
a little confused there.
I don't understand what's going on with that, because he really can't be in contention because he's awful.
A brutal torturer.
No, that can't happen. Yeah. So I don't know what's going on.
Yeah. The son said something like, or why did you send uncle or something?
That's right.
So
you usually see, yeah. So I wonder if that's it. I don't know.
I think there's an identical twin. I don't know.
I hope so.
I know. I actually would have preferred to see Song Ji-hyo more with her mom and her daughter. Yeah. Like, there wasn't enough there.
The little girl playing the daughter she's fierce, and I loved her. She was great. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it bums me out, because really it is, Song Ji-hyo is just, her character just is, her portrayal. The only thing I've ever really liked her in was My Wife is Having an Affair. And that was like maybe the third K-drama I watched. And so, but she was just much more serious. I don't know if when she goes into the comedy elements, she reverts to her Running Man persona, because that's all comedy and like big and all that stuff. But I just feel like there's just as an actor, there's just so much. You just see the wheels. You see the wheels turning. You don't. It's not organic at all for me. It just feels really forced when she's like, "Wah!" I'm just like, "Ooh."
I know. I thought we kind of moved past that but yeah.
So I'm having a hard time with it.
I don't know. I'm not sure I'm going to turn on. Well, I might. Yeah. I don't know. I like the other characters in the show. I like this kind of bromance between our famous writer and our famous actor.
Right. Yeah. So it depends on how I feel. I can't promise that I'm going to hit play, but right now, based on this list that we now have, it might get cut. But the fact that we're losing a few in the next couple of weeks, maybe I'll stick with it just because it'll be smaller by then.
Yeah,
maybe. I make no promises.
Yeah.
All right, but one that I freaking love so much, Into the Ring.
Oh yeah,
Reese, I love this show.
I know, me too.
It just makes me so happy every week. It became my show that I saved till the end because I was like, I don't know how everything else is going to be. This is my happy place. And it makes me so happy. Like my first note when I turned to hit play, I was like, I am irrationally invested in these two. I love them so much.
I know. When she she had him explain something. Oh, was it the municipal bonds? Yeah.
And
he started talking like quantitatively to her, right? And she was like, dumb it down to my level. Yeah. I just laughing out loud.
I love them so much. I love her character. I love his character. I love their interactions. I love the people around them. Like, I'm just freaking loving this show. Like, I don't even have specific notes. I just love it so much.
The show is so fun and unexpected. Yes. And it's quirky. And it's just so good.
It's just so good. Like, that's just the bottom line. Like, it's just so enjoyable. I love the fact that our poor guy, So Myun, is been demoted yet again. And now he basically is the office PA for all of the representatives, council members, where he's like peeling fruit and giving drinks and washing dishes. And I'm just like, oh, and the look on his face when he's like, you want me to do what? Like, what? Oh, the kid was his trainer is let me pull it up, is Kim Young Muk, who was also in Justice. So we've got 3 Justice actors in this one, right? But this is what I love about K-drama. And I people ask all the time what it is about them. I mean, I think the one season thing I really jig, but what's so fun for me is that the actors every 2 months, they get to be in something new. It's almost like, and it doesn't have to be the same character. It doesn't have to be, it can be completely different. I mean, think of all their characters in Justice. We had a sociopath or a psychopath and a killer, psychopathic killer, a determined detective that is going to catch him at all costs. And then we had a little boy, the young brother who got caught up in it and got murdered, right?
Yeah.
And like now they're in Into the Ring, and they're just adorable, and I love them so much.
I love it because it's like we see these actors as much as you've seen the entire cast of Friends,
right,
like here in America, but it's like you said, every 2 or 3 months, it's a whole new character, it's a whole new show. So you
get to see so many different aspects to them, and you can really. And I think that's for me what's fun. You get to see how good they really are as actors. And so
that's right.
And like it's just so much fun to watch this group because I really do feel like Nana and Park Sung-hyun are just good, fun actors. Like they're fun to watch. They make you as an audience like root for them. And I just am loving it so much.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
And that's really all there is to say. Yeah. Just watch it. It's so good. Whew, all right, that was Wednesday, Thursday. Next up, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Okay. I think one of my new crack shows might be Train, Marisa. I enjoyed the premiere so much.
Oh, that's great. I only watched like 10 minutes, so that's great.
I loved it. Episode 2 was not subbed when we shot this because we shoot on Sunday afternoons, but it wasn't subbed Sunday morning. Not even, it was at 0%. So we knowing VIKI, there was no way it was going to be ready even by noon. So I'm hoping I get it by the end of the night. because it is. Oh, it's good and it's juicy and it's dark and it's tragic and it's like you're gonna love it. It's so OCN, Marisa. It's so OCN. It says it's everything. Yeah.
Oh, good.
It's so freaking good.
Good. Did they get on the train?
Not yet, but I think it's happening at the end of episode 1 because the train. It's like
time travel.
So the way it's set up is that at Myeongyeon, I think is the name of the train station. It's basically been shut down for like years, right? So the train station and the train tracks have all been mossed and grown over, right? So there's no active train happening. Exactly. And then, we've got crime and murders, and then we come across a serial killer who's been dropping bodies in this non-working, train tracks, right? And so we find the body. And through detective shenanigans and whatnot, our guy gets knocked out by one of the bad guys, and we don't know how he's a bad guy exactly. As episode 1 comes to an end, our guy Yoon Shi-yoon, played by Yoon Shi-yoon, but is So Dong-won. He sits up because he's been knocked over the head with a shovel, and he looks up and he hears a train, but these are inactive train tracks. What's going on? And as he looks up, the train smacks him in the face, and then it cuts to black. So episode 2, which I'm really looking forward to, I think is when we're going to see that. And then the trailer makes it look like him in the parallel universe is a bad guy, maybe, or maybe a little bit more on the evil side because he's in like a full suit. At least that's what I thought. I thought I saw that correctly. I could be wrong, but that's kind of how I read it. So I'm super into it. Yeah, cool. I'm digging it a lot.
Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah,
I can't wait.
I think you're gonna freaking love it, Marisa. Like, this is such a Marisa show. Such a Marisa show. Yeah, it's amazing. So yeah, get on that one. Woo! Awesome. Right. Next up should be Graceful Friends, which is another new one, but I'm sorry, guys. We just never got to it. We tried.
Oh my god,
there were so many.
So many.
So we will get on it like this week, and we will have a report next week about what's happening with Graceful Friends. That one also is available on OCN. So not OCN. We wish OCN had its own streaming site that had English subs on OnDemandKorea. So that one is where that one's available, and it took a little while for subs to drop, so that also threw off our viewing schedule. But we will get on it this week and report back next week. Yeah. Okay. And finally, our final show of the week, It's Okay to Not Be Okay. At the halfway point. What are your thoughts, Marisa? Where are you on the show?
Well, there was a moment where I was like, is that all it took did we just need this moment where the guy she's obsessed with says she did a good job and made a difference in someone's life, and then that was enough for her to be able to cut her hair and break free from her mom? And I was racking my brain so much that I realized that I should just turn my brain off. So that's what I did for the second episode that I watched. I just shut my brain off, and I didn't ask any questions, and I just looked at her outfits and her nails and, just kind of let it happen.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of almost the same conclusion that I came to, because if I engage my brain, I personally think the script is messy. I think it's a really, really messy script. I think you've got some amazing characters that on their own are fantastic to watch them go through these moments. Unfortunately, the writer and the production is so married to the idea that these two have to get together romantically that I feel like they're forcing things that don't work for me. And so I had to turn my brain off as well, because I was just like, this is bad. I think this is a bad plan.
I know, because I was trying to understand her, because there'd be moments where she's, back in the hospital and so cool and so collected. And when she smacks the abusive ex, in the face with the can, and she's like, "Oh, I thought you were the trash can." Like, you're like, "Oh," but then she has that pillow fight with the brother, and I'm like, "Yeah, really?" Like, so it's just like fighting over a doll.
at the end of the episode, when Kante like left the hospital and like felt this great burden was off of him. I mean, Kante, like I desperately want Kante to find his own life. Like I do. I so desperately want that for this character because I feel like, and I think that Kim So-hyun is doing a great job with the little bits of, you know, showing those pieces of freedom and what he wants and all that kind of stuff. I just feel like especially after that pillow fight scene, I'm like, this is where you find freedom. Like, I feel like you're just attaching yourself to someone who is also going to be emotionally draining.
Yeah.
Like, I know you love your brother and that's, and you're his caregiver and that you love them and that you want them the best life for them. And that is what you've dedicated your life to and that you want your own freedom. I get that. But to find your own freedom with someone who's going to be just as emotionally exhausting confuses me.
Right.
I mean,
she's irresponsible and she does not care about anyone else. And so your astrological understanding of it last week,
Venus.
moth to the flame. Yeah, Pluto and Venus, moth to a flame obsession. I'm like, okay, I get that. But yeah, I had to turn my brain off and that just made it a lot more enjoyable.
Yeah. And I kind of got to the same point because so many people, all you guys out there are just loving it. Like you just are so into it. And I want to be there for you and enjoy this journey. We want that. We want to be there for it. I had to turn my brain off. And I knew I was headed into a bad place when I started fast forwarding through almost all of the scenes with, the friend, the younger nurse friend and the manager. I was like, I just couldn't. I was like, I don't care. Like,
I also don't believe it.
No, it makes no sense to me. I have nothing. So I don't know. I mean, I see a lot of tragedy headed our way with this one. I mean, poor Sangtae is basically like, you can give her Mangtae, but she can't have Kangtae. So
I know.
And you're just kind of like, oh, pumpkin, like, how are you going to prepare your brother for the fact that you want to have a life with this woman? And like, what? Someone better start laying the groundwork now because this is a lot of emotional heavy lifting that is about to happen here. And I just am concerned.
Mm. Yeah.
And what happens when she gets bored? Because we've already set that up. That once she acquires what she wants, she's done.
Yeah, I know.
So is that where we're headed?
I don't know. But apparently, she wasn't actually lusting over Che Danielle. She was lusting over the pen. So,
and Carissa, you and I understand that.
Yes. No kidding. A cartridge ink pen?
Right?
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah.
That was a beautiful fountain pen. I was like, yes. I understand that for sure. Would I have lifted it? No, but I did understand it. Yeah, I don't know, guys. Talk to us because
I'm still watching it.
I'm still watching it too.
Yeah, I'm still enjoying it. It's not the revolutionary show I thought it might be.
I mean, maybe if they had dived in, for me personally, if they would have dived in a little bit more with her diagnosis and how she's going to manage it to kind of forge a relationship with him, like maybe that. But they're not. I've already said all I have to say about that, but that's what just makes me crazy. I'm just washing over.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Which leads us into our top 3.
Exactly. Always a fun place to be.
Yeah.
Except this week, the first one, not so fun, but how do you not make it a top 3 moment?
Oh my
Todd,
God.
you're such a dick. You're such a
dinner
dick,
mate. What did you do to us?
Come on. Oh man.
This show was bucking so many of the tropes that then when that happened.
Yeah.
But it was funny. But it was not.
Exactly. Like my notes were like in all caps. I was like, are you kidding me? Like, I was like, come on.
Yeah.
Oh. I mean, maybe if Jae-hook would have died, I could have accepted that. Like, and Hae-kyung wanted to save him and he feels bad that he couldn't, whatever. But to have our main lead just gets boom. I was like, oh, Jesus. But come on, you got to make that a top 3 moment. We haven't had a good truck of doom in a while, really. So come on. Absolutely. Right?
Oh, my God.
Right.
Oh, my God.
And number 2.
Number 2 was from To All the Guys Who Love Me, when she, as a 11-year-old, woke up with all of her past lives, the memories of that, and was just like, I need a soju.
Exactly. I'm over this shit. I'm 11. I'm over this shit. Like, where is that bastard? Like, it was so great. I freaking loved her.
That kid, oh my gosh, she nailed it.
Nailed it. Oh my God. It was so good. And then when she went into her class to do what her dream is, no marriage. It's so amazing. And mom's just like, oh God, what is happening? Oh, it was so good. She was hilarious. It was so good. It was my favorite. And number 3.
Oh my goodness. Hello, Kim Ji-suk.
Hello.
My goodness. My Unfamiliar Family. That moment with Han Ye-ri against the wall in the middle of Seoul at night with the arm and the hand and the tallness and the
intensity. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, kind of took the what's the right phrase? I don't know. It kind of like took our breath away.
Right? It kind of just like, heart flutter. Yeesh. It's more like full body, like, oh my God. Oh wow. I don't know what to do right now. Yeah. It was a good week. I mean, a full freaking week. We had a lot of good stuff. So let us know, you guys, what in that unbelievable list of new shows that started this week did you really dig? Which ones were you like, no, there's too many, I got to cut them loose. Let us know, because we're here to talk which ones, you want to talk about. So until then, we're the K3. I'm Jen.
I'm Marisa, and thank you for joining us, for liking, for subscribing, for hitting the bell. All of those things really do help our channel. We love you for that.
I love it. And if you want to check out some of our top lists, we got 2 top 10 lists floating around the internet right now about what's great to binge on Netflix if you got a little time. So if you want here's number 1 right here. There it is. And we will see you next week. Bye.